Indoor Drone Tours hired me to direct a drone tour for Marquette basketball. This is one of the best basketball teams in the country, and we're going to be flying a drone inside of their facility with 20,000 people in the stadium just to make sure that we get it on social media within 30 minutes of it happening. We are going to fly an FPV drone right through those two spires. Talk about dynamic shots flying down this road, a little 3D track on the road. Oh man, it's gonna be butter. When we're working with the client on site, typically we try to give them a monitor to watch. It is hard to connect the dots in your brain if you haven't seen FPV footage in person before, because the drone is just zipping around moving crazy fast. In this case, we decided to connect the monitor to Cam's goggles, so on his phone we can see what his goggle feed looks like going to the church, around the church, to the skyline. Showing the client in person makes it a lot easier for you so that they don't leave the shoot with any question marks. It's clear. We got a car coming down from the church right now. After that, you're good. Power lines. Yeah, you got some power lines down there. Oh. Crazy.
Wow.
Reveal to the skyline.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the sky's trying to peek through there too.
We reveal the skyline, so Marquette's campus, to the fact that it's in Milwaukee, it's dialed in. And so now we're headed over to the other side of campus, get some more FPV, and I think we're gonna go into Milwaukee to get some Milwaukee specific. There's not much to see.
Right.
I think where FPV footage gets lost is whenever you don't have like a focal point that you're looking at. We're gonna go under this bridge, through these trees, and then there's a church back there that is the finishing point. Having an actual idea of where you want to fly whenever you're doing an FPV shoot is the #1 thing. If you just fly aimlessly, it looks amateur. If you know where you're gonna start and where you're gonna finish, it's like telling a story. It's gonna be better.
Through the middle here.
Yeah, through the middle. So if you like diagonally cut through, there's nothing hanging down low. Come up a little bit. We got somebody walking down the sidewalk. Through the gap. We got somebody walking by the church. You'll see them about now. Reveal the church. Yeah, now let's go down closer to the church for the ending. Let's go, dude.
That's
now we're going for Milwaukee drone footage. Right now we're getting some shots. I don't know if you can see it, but the public market over there has this big red sign, so we're gonna get some Mavic of that, maybe some FPV gliding over the water, we'll see. Then we got some lunch, and then it's game time. We'll go empty stadium, then we'll go exterior of the stadium with people coming in, and then we start cooking up the drone tour of the entrances. That's whenever it'll really be crunch time, whenever the event is what we're working with. It's the one shot we got. Time to tour the stadium, get a feel for how we want to fly, where we want to fly, what's the path. Headed in, gotta scan everything, get the credential, and then we'll be in the stadium. Then it's fun.
So like this is the busiest corner because this is where all the entertainment stuff comes in.
Heading into the stadium, we knew roughly what we wanted, but we didn't really know until we got in there what the client was trying to portray. We knew we wanted to go from the banners to the Jumbotron wrap around to the court, but we haven't been there in person before. If you can get a location scout and go up there before the shoot, great. Not always needed though, as long as you give yourself a couple hours before the actual shoot. If we got to location 15 minutes before everybody flowed into the arena and we just had to fly it for the first time, it would not have turned out anywhere near as good as it did. But we were able to get into the stadium at 1:30 and our big flight didn't happen until about 4:45. We had that time to prep what we needed to prep, get some flights done so Cam could get a spatial feel for the space, and everything ends up turning out great. We got the little drone here. Cam's our trusty pilot. We're testing out the flight path to see different things like signal issues and different problems we might have, so before the whole crowd's here we can iron those out and get it dialed in for the final flight.
Like an altitude choice there. I could also like take this orbit after we follow them, like the opposite direction. Then I can get like really out to see the student section here.
That does look nice.
So you'll be at D-Wade, you'll start, and then you'll come down, and you have the court reveal. Can you get over to the players running out sooner? Or is that not possible?
Well, so that's what I was thinking.
Maybe like you'll start at one, not the last prey, but one of the last ones will be kind of your cue, so you can start sweeping towards where we're at now, and then you'll have time to make it back by the time they run out.
We're feeling good. We're doing test flights right now, testing the RF in the space, making sure that I'm not interfering with anybody or nobody's interfering with me. Getting some B-roll as well while we do that. And right now we're waiting for the mascot to get ready so that he can practice the run out, or like run out of the tunnel for timing, so that we can make sure that when we do the live take, everything is timed right and it goes smooth.
So Cam's getting ready right now. This video that you hear is gonna be the one on the video board whenever we get the team running out. That's the main video that we're gonna do the fast turn edit for. Gonna take the drone off, and we're trying to get the pacing down for when to start so that we can time it up so we get the team running out absolutely perfectly. Second try right now. First time was good, not great, but that is why we do this, so it's perfect. Let's go do it.
Now you should be able to start.
Go ahead.
That's sick.
So now we'll run out?
So maybe start a little later, I guess.
I like following the flag. Being close to the flag.
And it was cool though how we see, so Bill Ellis was the guy on the Jumbotron saying pray when he started, and then it had a dunk. So it'd be kind of cool to see.
So you want to see the screen? As we flew the space for the first time, there were a few different factors that we were trying to figure out. What did the client want? What did we want? What do we know the capabilities of the drone will accentuate? What do we know the downfalls are of the drone? We know that it is a GoPro camera on this drone. With equal lighting, the GoPro looks great. When it gets dark, not so much. So how can we try and avoid showing exact things on screen, but instead we can show the screen and show the court? He knows that there's limits to the dynamic range of a GoPro, so we gotta kind of pick one or the other. Communicate your expertise with what the client wants, and typically if you find a middle and explain to them why you're finding that middle, they're gonna understand. We have a little bit of time before fans are allowed inside, so we're trying to get a little creative with it. This right here obviously is a main entrance of the stadium. So we can come in there, see the Pfizer Forum, go in the front door, up top, here, look at it. All the way up here. Gonna fly up there, and then go through the concourse and reveal the court. We can only do this whenever people aren't in here because the doors will be open, there will be no lines.
I'm ready to do a shot of the atrium, so right now, turn on the drone. We're gonna start outside the arena a little bit, get an establishing shot. Joey's out there gonna be my visual observer. We're gonna fly through the entrance, up through the atrium and into the arena, transition to something later in the edit, see how it goes.
Test, then you guys can go outside and start to do exterior, and then him and I will take a look at the edit.
Yeah, we'll just edit and like get a rough cut pretty much approved. Fast turn edits typically no problem. This one we wanted to make sure it's no problem because we knew it would be crunch time, and in their example, they wanted to get it out immediately. So we'll fly the drone, I'll grab the memory card from Cam, and I'll start editing immediately. How can we eliminate the time between being done with the edit and it being posted? What we did was Cam and Chloe went outside to do the exteriors that we knew we needed to get, and I went back to the media room with Josh and edited the trial run that we flew. So that shot is not exactly what we wanted it to be. There's not fans in the crowd yet. There's nothing to really build sound effects around, but you can get the flight path down, you can get the color grade down, so that once it actually is crunch time, you're approved. Nothing's really gonna change. It's gonna be the same flight path, but there's just gonna be a lot of people in the stadium. So what I did is edit it all together, build out those sound effects with different ambient sounds. Got the video that was on the board so we could add that as a sound effect. Got some sneakers squeaking on the court. Built out this different atmosphere, so it kind of is just as simple as once you get the main flight, you just drop it into a timeline, tweak the colors a little bit, and that's it.
So we're getting ready for our intro shot. We've got a couple different options, so we're gonna shoot it all and figure out what works. But what we're thinking, we've got a Pfizer Forum sign over here on ground level. We've also got a Pfizer Forum sign on the top of the building. This shot is going to be a really quick establishing shot through a gap or through a tracked gap of some kind, and then we're immediately into the arena for our one take shot. So very quick shot, but it's got to be cool, it's got to be engaging. We'll see. So the line that I've settled on, I think, is kind of scraping the Pfizer Forum sign, peeling around the corner here, gaining altitude. We get like a nice sun flare above the building right over the logo, and then I'm kind of like diving into the glass a little bit, which will be our transition into our shot.
When you're doing a fast turn edit, it comes down to how you set up in the first place. How much can you prep beforehand? Whenever I got in there, set up the laptop, this is what we got. An SSD plugged in with storage ready to go. An extra USB-C so that if Cam gives me a hard drive, we can plug right into that. SD card and micro SD card reader. Another SD is also in the laptop. Plugged into an outlet, noise canceling headphones, and we're ready to rip as soon as we get back there with the footage. This is the worst time of the shoot. This is it's just a waiting game. We have to wait till there's 4 minutes on the game clock. There's 18:27 right now. We have absolutely nothing to do. And now we're just waiting for people to come in, get to the time where we fly. And it's just like panic, because it's like I feel like I should be doing something, but I have nothing to do, but we gotta wait. So I think we're just gonna go out and just chill on the court until it's time to go. According to their schedule, we have like 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Keeping it precise.
It's game time. We're watching the video. He's about to pop the drone up. We just gotta time it up right now. Drone's going, here we go.
We wear blue and gold.
This is the gold right here. Now we have to go edit. We need to get this edit out fast. Now that the first song, or the first like major shot is done, I just get to have fun.
Working fast. We just stabilized, and now we are grabbing the clip off of the IDT hard drive.
All the pressure's off now. The sides don't crash. I can just have fun.
could. We want to cut it like right before you think it should, because then people watch it all the way through. And actually, the colors are so much better in this one. Here, let's watch it.
That's it. That's the thing. We did it.
We did it!
And just like that, we're uploaded to Dropbox. That edit took me about 20 minutes. Color, sound design. The sound design prepping before really did help. And then I added some. I had a microphone on us, and then I also had a microphone on one of the Marquette filmers cameras so that I would get the different ambient audio of the players and the announcement. There is a little soundbite in there of the announcer. I added that into the edit, and it's like the final little layer of audio that it needed. That and the squeaking of the shoes.
At the end of the day, successful day that came with a lot of planning. Shout out Indoor Drone Tours for doing a lot of the front end planning, and then execution whenever it came to day of. Cam is a beast pilot. He can pretty much pull off anything. He can really shoot I could hold up my hand like this and I bet you he could hit that gap. Unbelievable talent. And days like this come down to execution. At the end of the day, we did what we are there to do. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'm sure you've been waiting for this. Here's the final video. Peace.
Right.